Guess that makes sense. Grand rises to you all. I'm gonna be quick because I'm holding a baby in my arms. Plus my show is tonight, so I don't want to ramble on too much now because then y'all won't call me tonight. So yes, call me tonight so that my 2 hours go by quick. But in the middle, and somebody probably caught it, in the middle of me shuffling the cards, the devil card came out, but it came out sideways. It came out sideways, and okay, Veronica, inbox me and I'll send it to you. Inbox me real quick after this or during this, whatever, and I'll get it to you. So in the middle of me shuffling cards, the devil card came out, but it came out sideways. It came out sideways in the sense to where it's really perspective. In the sense of what I put in the caption about demonization, in 10/16, in my perspective, is a self-demonization day where you're gonna have to face some of your own demons, or you're gonna see where you've been demonizing yourself erroneously in the first place. So it's the help and harm side of this card. It's a fucking perspective. You got to figure out whether you're gonna play this game of demonization in any event. So to keep it short, 10/16. 10, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lilith energy, Lilith, demonization itself. The 16, the Tower card, Kali, demonization herself. Different coins of the same damn energy, if you ask me. Both of them are demonized. Both of them will fuck you up if you don't know what you're doing with them. So 10/16 turns into 17. 17 is the star card. It's still all you. 10/16 also turns into 26. It's the mermaid, the voice, the siren. It's still all you. See, no other way we do this. At the end of the day, it's still all you. You have the first motherfucking right of refusal in all this shit. You're gonna play yourself, or you're gonna get played by others and get mad at others as you try and figure out how to quit unplaying yourself by allowing others to play with you, where you probably didn't play with them too long in the first place. You hear all that confusion? Fuck all that. Just forget it. So either way you go, you will end up with an 8. Whether it's the 26, whether it's the 16, whether it's the 17, or any other way you want to do it. Hell, the 8 card itself. The strength card. In the sense of the strength card, you are dealing with an achiever's energy or a victim's energy. Victimization, very rampant out here. A lot of people function on the daily based off of their victimizations that they've already went through, or the victimizations that they are trying to stay out of. And a lot of them are really just that. They're illusions. You are so worried about ending up in the victim cycle that you become your own fucking victim. Because you refuse to live, because you're scared to go down them roads, they're going to lead to the ones that you've already put your energy into. Live now. Stop projecting into tomorrow. I saw a post a few minutes ago before I even came on here. I see it now, though. It was saying something about tomorrow. And then the definition would say that place where almost 99% of today's energies and blah, blah, blah is already placed. And it's true. So many people worried about making it to tomorrow that you ain't paying attention to what the fuck going on today. So cut the shit. So in the sense that this card came out and it's sideways, that's choice. You're going to choose whether you the biggest demon in your life or whether you are exercising your demons. And I'll use that in all forms of the word exercise. Exercise in the form of exorcism, transmutation, or exercise as in use. Learning to control them. You're learning to make them useful. So the 10, what's the energy of the 10 today? Reality. The reality, the 18, the energy that is going to show you what's really real in time for you to get out of your illusions. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Wheel of Fortune. We're talking about abundance. Abundance can very easily become overwhelmed. If you are going through a lot of shit, then you got to look at the reality of why the fuck I'm going through it. Not everything that you're going through do you have to go through. And even in some of the shit that you are going through, you don't have to go through it the way that you're going through it. If you are just, hell bent on it has to be my way, then it's going to probably end up your way, which is steeped in control, and then you're going to have a struggle. Sometimes when you're going through a hard situation, just take a step back. Doesn't mean that you got to let it go, early, but take a step back and see what it is from all angles. Just laid out a four, the pattern of swords, cups, sword, cups. That's, yeah, you'll probably catch a fire in there in a minute, but I mean, that's pretty common. Air to water. I mean, we are going on a fucking east-west creation event right now. The only two things that are important is you, the north and the south. You, your fire, what are you creating that's going to end up becoming shown in water and then solidified in earth? I think it, I want it, I become it, it's who I am. Air, fire, water, earth. And then your spirit's sitting there saying, what the hell is going on? What are we doing? So the 16, if the 10 says I need to see reality, the 16, which is the tower, what is my reality within me? Then I need to stop the victimization. It's the coveting of energy. It's the 9 in reverse. But there's a duality there. It is not always about looking at things from a victim standpoint. It's just understanding that the last thing that you're going to do is control me. The last thing you're going to do is contain me, and the last thing I'm going to do is contain myself. I covet my energy enough personally. To know when it's safe to share my energy with others. You a mess, little boy. You's a mess. I got you. So, in the sense of the hermit, a hermit can be, again, like I said, a hermit can come off as a narcissist real easy. A hermit who sits on the mountaintop and lords himself above everybody else, it's a tyrant. It's a glorified tyrant because they are high vibrational, but they don't know how to balance their vibration amongst others. A hermit who says, okay, I've already been through this, now let me just exist, because as I exist authentically, maybe that example of authenticity will bleed off into somebody else. Hi. At least that's how I'm portrayed by this universe, and that's how I accept myself. Your acceptance is not, necessary. And again, that's not out of arrogance. It's just, if you don't know who you are or what the fuck you got going on within you, you are today. You are already a sense of demonization. The last person I'm going to demonize is myself. So, fuck all that. So again, with the 1016 is the reality will show you where you need to learn to covet your energy in all things, and then make your determinations into all things as to what gets your energy. The 10 to 16, again, becomes a 17. How are you going to end up the star of the show? If we talking about victimization, your fear is going to lead you. If you talking about victimization, that 8, remember I told you you're going to end up with an 8 either way it go. This 35, it's an 8. You are going to create your own manipulations. What is that? Control. If you are controlled by the fact that you need to have control, then you're only going to run into controlling situations with controlling people, or people who need to be controlled. Either way it go, control is going to keep you in a struggle cycle. So your fear of embracing yourself, your fear of coveting your energy, your fear of being the star of your own show will have you starring in everybody else's fuckery. Demonization. 17, again, the 1016 could also become the 26, which was the mermaid. The siren is the queen of waters. Distraction versus motivation. You should be your motivation, but if you are in a process of demonizing yourself, you're already your own biggest distraction. And if you're your own biggest distraction, you ain't gonna never find you, because you're distracted by you as you try and find you and everybody else. You will keep doing the same dance day in, day out. This is the sun card. You're going to keep rebirthing yourself based off of that 9. Based off of the fact that you already gave your magic to the control. What was the control? How you covet your energy. But if you don't understand what reality is, then you're not going to covet your energy, and all you're going to do is covet fear. And now you right back here at why this card came sideways. You don't know what's up and what's down, and now you're taking both and trying to figure out which one is situationally the best. That's a cycle. I'm going to use this today, put it down, pick it back up tomorrow, and see how I can use it a different way. You need to do the work. You need to do the healing to get back to the initial 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. What was the initial 10? Reality. Get out of your feelings. Get out of the waters. Get out of what the moon controls. The moon controls the waters. The waters is what? Your emotions and your creations. Stop being controlled by what you created, and stop fucking creating it. So that 26 or that 16, either way it go, we get to the 8. Who did it? Who manipulated you? Who hurt 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 you, Lionel Richie? You did it. The fact that you don't see yourself evenly, you now see yourself in reverse. You are the biggest source of manipulation in your life. The fact that you won't own yourself as whole puts you into pieces with everything else. Now you're the biggest puzzle. And you can't even solve yourself because you forgot you really didn't need to be solved in the first place. You just needed to fucking be. So a lot of the manipulations that a lot of people are going through, as distasteful as it sounds, it's still you. Just because you don't want to own it, it's still you. And if you cannot successfully sit down and look at what you're going through and pinpoint where it was you, even where what you're going through is really detrimental in your life, if you cannot be smart enough to pinpoint, well, where I allow that energy in, then you stay open to further energies even after you successfully outcome or overcome, succumb to, stop overcoming. When you successfully defeat that first set of energies that you're going through because you didn't see yourself as the initial source of infection, you're going to stay infected and keep attracting those same level of energies. So you have to stop demonizing yourself, and you have to start doing better things to protect yourself, and stop giving your energy into everything else, expecting it to give it back into you to give you the wholeness that you wouldn't even give yourself. Demonization. So if that confused you, my apologies to you. Again, I don't want to go too deep in this because I probably will end up rambling about this for 2 hours tonight. So I'm going to cut it off right here. My show comes on at 8 to 10 Eastern time. The phone number is 646-547-1305. Call in for a free reading. Click the link in my profile. Yada, 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 yada. All that good shit. A lot of us going through this shit, though. A lot of us are going through this shit. I mean, I keep saying it every day. It's a collective experiment. You're just going through it from your own individual perspectives, but the perspectives are still based off of the same energy. The same energy that hits you is the same energy that hits me, the same energy that hitting everybody else on this planet, and then you just taking it and putting it into your mind and filtering it the best way you know how. It's still the same energy. It's still an energy of control. It's still an energy of betrayal. It's still an energy of self-esteem. It's still an energy of lack of love for self. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. The love for you should stop you from playing games with everybody else. Bottom line. Deuces.